Hey guys, it's cold and freezing, middle of winter here, so it might be time to actually head off inside and go and waterproof a shower. So come on, let's go and have a look. Waterproof this shower enclosure. As you can see, we've been through last week and we've used a polyurethane sealant Sikaflex in this particular case, but there's lots of other products out there. And that product, we've actually covered all of our joins. So if we're looking in a little bit more detail, so all of our joins and places where there's going to be gaps and all of the nail holes have all been covered with the Sikaflex. So yeah, that's the first step. Now our next step in the bathroom is we're going to actually do a primer, and the primer is used to really make sure that the waterproofing membrane will actually stick effectively. So we're going to do that, and then the other job we need to do first though, this is a tile underlay tray, and we'll cover other trays in the future, but we need to give this a sand down just to get rid of all of any of the release agent that might still be sitting on top of the unit. Right, today we're using a product called Eco Prim Grip from Mapei, and this is a great product for really sticking anything down. So you can use, there's a number of products on the market. Let's just see if we can't get this one actually open. If we can get into the thing, there we go. Let's see if we can't get into it. Okay, as you can see, it's really just paint on. And you can use a roller, but in this particular case we're just going to use a nice big sort of fence brush will be enough for what we need, and we're just going to paint that on. So just need to give it a quick stir and then we'll start painting. Okay, so I found another stick, and all we're going to do is give this a quick stir like you would some paint. It's got a whole bunch of sand mixed in with this membrane, and it really does help the waterproof membrane actually adhere to the wall. So I wouldn't do any waterproofing these days without actually having a primer of some description down first. So anyway, here we go. Let's put some on the wall. Okay, let's go. So brush and just paint it on, just like you would normal paint. Get a nice good covering, and then from there we'll start the waterproofing process later. Okay, so we're basically just going to paint. And this stuff will soak in really quickly, but we want the whole wall done. Good solid colour. Right, that's the first wall done. Now the great thing about this stuff as a primer is you can use it not only just for waterproofing, but you can actually use it if you're going to tile on top as well. So it gives it a really good bond. Even self-leveler, I often use this stuff underneath as well, because it gives a really good bond for concrete or anything to stick to. So yeah, so that's the first wall. Now bear with us and we'll just go into the other walls, and then I'll show you what the end result looks like. But again, just a primer to start with. Okay, priming done. I wouldn't necessarily do as much priming as this if it was just a shower enclosure, but we're going to tile the entire bathroom, so this is a good way to get it all prepped. Next step, we'll do a bit of waterproofing. Alright, on to the next step, which is to get the waterproofing done. So we've got a commercial waterproofing membrane kit. This is an Eco WPM, made by a whole bunch of different companies. But essentially it's a waterproofing membrane in a liquid form. So we're going to pop that onto the walls. We're also going to tape all of our joints and get our first level of waterproofing on. Lovely blue colour here, so yeah, let's see how it goes. Okay, our biggest danger area when it comes to waterproofing is actually the corner. So where you get the two areas sort of meeting, that's where you're likely to get the cracks coming in. So what we do is we use waterproofing membrane, which is like a tape, really quite solid, but has some flexibility and give in it. And what we do is we fit that into the corners, so like so, and along all of our joints. So anywhere we've got a joint or anywhere we've got a hole, we're going to fill that in. And that way, along with the membrane, which has a bit of give, allows us to get a full waterproof joint. So that's what we're going to do now. Okay, let's go. So what I'm doing now is we're going to measure the right length of the banding. So we're going to go from full floor all the way up of the area we want to waterproof. And then once we've done that, we're going to cut the tape so it's the right length. And then go from there. We'll fold it in half, so we'll be able to fit it into the corner nicely. Okay, it's all folded and ready to go on the wall. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to get some of the membrane and we're going to put a layer of it on. Nice thick layer, which we're going to embed the tape into. So there we go. I'm going to go all the way from the top all the way down to the bottom to the floor. Unfortunately I can't quite get the camera angle on this one, so we'll show you that in a moment. And what we want to do is to be able to literally bury the tape in the membrane. Okay, this is where it gets a little bit messy. It gets a little bit messy to use. So, and we're going to just take it easy and slowly and gradually fit it into the corner. What we're trying to do is to get it into the corner and lay it in without any creases. So it just takes a bit of practice, just take your time. It's not that difficult if you just take your time. Okay. Push it in nicely so the membrane actually comes through the tape and you know you've got a good bond. Right, and push it in. Try and make sure there's no creases and no air is underneath. Pushed in nicely. Once it's in place, then go over the top with some more waterproof membrane, and that just means it's nicely buried into the wall. That little air bubble. Like so. Now you want to make sure you're doing all your corners and you do anywhere that there's been a joint. So you get a nice finish. And it's good on the hands. The next bit we're going to cover is going to fill this hole in here. Now this hole is really just a hole around the tap, and that's really easy to solve. So again, waterproof membrane, so tape, and what we're going to do is just cut a small piece, area we want to cover. Now, if we just fold this into quarters, like so, and just snip off the corner. So we're just going to snip that corner off here. That will leave us with a nice hole in the middle. Now that hole will just pop over and we'll seal around that just nicely. So let's get some, let's paint some membrane on the wall. So let's just paint around it. And pop our piece of banding over. So that's covered the majority of the hole, and certainly once we've got our second coat on and we've put some silicone sealant around that, we've got a fully watertight seal. Now what we do is we repeat the process around every joint and tape every joints around here. Lots of waterproof membrane. And we'll make sure we've got a good overlap. Good overlap in the corner. And roll it out. Get rid of that little crease. Crease in that corner, so it's nice and flat, and that way once we're done we'll be able to tile straight over the top. And over the top again. Done. And now we'll just finish off by filling in the rest of the wall. And once the walls are finished, we do exactly the same thing with the floor, and we tape up all the joints, around the base. And this is a tile tray, so yeah, we want to tile all that, and then any other joints that are within the floor area, and that way we'll get a nice waterproof seal. Alright, now we're ready for a second coat, and so the first coat's dried. And so what we're going to do now, I don't know if you can quite see, but we've sort of worked in one direction with the waterproof membrane. Now what we're going to do is go opposite directions, so we'll come this way, and that way we'll get a really good seal, just making sure that there's no pinholes or anything else in the waterproof membrane as well. And let's make sure we work it well into the corners, and we make sure everything's covered, so there's no pinholes, no holes, no nothing, and that'll give us a nice waterproof seal. Right, as you can see, all done. Second coat has been put on. This is going to be a walk-in shower with tiles, so we've really gone to town on the waterproofing with this one. Normally you just do the shower area, but yeah. We'll give this a few days to dry, and then we'll be ready to tile into it. So yeah, see you on the next video. And don't forget, if you like what we do, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And we'll see you later. Thanks. Bye.